Do 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 do. What's up, grade 7s? Welcome to your online music class. What's this thing? Oh, focus on me. All right. Nice. Okay, so this is our first online music class. So here's what you need to know. We're back in business. Every Monday, I'm going to post a video. The video is going to tell you about the activity or lesson we're doing that week. Then you have a week to complete the activity. It's not going to take very long. They're very fun activities. And we go from there. Couple things. I will be holding office hours. That's Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. You can come in. I will put the link on Google Classroom. You click it. You join me. You can ask questions, you can get some feedback, you can perform if you have instruments, anything like that. So those links will all be in Google Classroom and on my Twitter. Next, Mr. Ford will also be joining on the office hours. That's a special treat. It's a music department office hours, so be ready for that. Instrumental students, you are also doing the same units right now because we are not doing instrumental. Okay, not everyone has their instruments. We're just not going there right now. I'll be posting instrumental resources. If you have your instruments, you can take part in them. But our learning will be centered around the units we're all doing together. So that brings us to our first unit. Hopefully you have the slideshow open. If you don't have the slideshow open, pause the video. And now you have the slideshow open. Excellent. So our first unit is the blues. The blues. Excellent genre, probably my favorite genre. So as we go through the blues, here's what we're going to do. We're going to listen to some artists. We're going to talk about the form of the blues. We're going to talk about the notes involved in the blues scale, and we're going to learn about the history of the blues. So today I'm just going to kind of go over it basically. You're going to need a pencil and paper or a Google Doc if you want to make your notes on a doc. So starting with the blues, I've put up the specific expectations for this unit. Listening log, blues lyrics, blues musician biography, go through the expectations. And I want you to think about, I draw my pick, I want you to think about what comes to mind. So the first activity is going to be a mind map. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard, think about this. You guys ever heard anything like that in commercials and movies? What does it remind you of? Think about that. Pause the video. Fill out your mind back. Okay, now the blues. I put in another video. Watch it. We're just going to talk quickly about the history of the blues. All the information is in the slideshow, but I'm going to give you a rundown. History of the blues starts in the United States, in the southern United States. Now, the southern United States has a bit of a stigma, and a deserved stigma, because in the late 1800s, 1861 to 1865, there is a civil war in the United States. A civil war means a war within the country. The states fight each other. The South fights the North. And one of the major reasons for this war is slavery. The North, President Abraham Lincoln, in the North, he declares slavery illegal. The South, they actually really like slavery because they're terrible and they rely on it. And so they say, no, we're going to keep slaves. And the North says, well, it's illegal now, so you can't. The South, in this terribly abbreviated version, they go separate. They become their own country, okay? They become their own country. The North declares war on them. They go to war. Guess who wins? Obviously the North. There's no more slaves in the United States. The North wins. They take back the South. Now, do you think if you were a slave in the South and suddenly you're free, you think life is good now? It's not. You still live in terrible poverty. There's called sharecropping. Google sharecropping. Look it up. And what happens is there's this whole poverty, inequality, and that breeds music. And this music is African rhythms mixed with kind of like church gospel music. And that music becomes the blues. Now, if you look through the slideshow, it will show you the states that were involved in the Civil War, the red and the blue free states. It will give you a explanation about the Civil War And it will tell you about these blues songs. These blues songs, lots of them started as what's called call and response. Okay, call and response means someone calls out, someone responds. So if this call and response on an instrument could go like this. Someone could call out, and then the other instrumentalist goes, a little call and response. And these call and response songs were like work songs. So people would be like, I've been working all day. And then everyone else working would be like, and it feels so bad. And then they'd call and response, call and response. So that is a key aspect of the blues. Remember that. Remember those words for the blues. Next, the blues scale. Okay, the blues scale of the notes that are used for the blues. They focus around blue notes. Here's a blue note. Blue notes are flattened, so the blues scale is made by flattening the 3rd, 5th, and 7th notes of a scale. Okay, and I put an example of the blues scale in the slideshow. You can look how it's made. There's also a virtual piano link that you can go through and play the blues scale. Finally, the 12-bar blues. We're going to come back to this in lesson 2 when we go through the listening log. We're going to come back to the 12-bar blues. But the 12-bar blues, everyone knows what a bar is. A bar is a measure of music. How many beats in a bar? 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 bar. So if I'm doing this, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1 bar. How many bars did I say the blues was? 12 bars. Here's the 12-bar blues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then it repeats. That's the 12-bar blues. You can count it if you listen to a song. You can tap your finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. My phone died and ran out of video space, but now I'm back. So, 12-bar blues. Other main thing. It involves basically just 3 notes. The 1, the 4, and the 5. And you're like, Mr. Scrapback, notes are letters. Why are you so crazy? I'm not crazy. The 1, the 4, and the 5 refers to letters. It just means whatever letter you start on is 1. So let's say I want to play my blues in the key of A. A is 1. Okay? So A is 1. A, B, C, D. D is 4. What's 5? Correct. 5 is E. Nice one. Okay, so those are my notes. 1, A, 4, which was D, and 5, which was E. Now, if you look on the slideshow under 12-bar blues, it shows you which one goes where. Chord 1, chord 4, chord 1, chord 5, chord 1. Okay? You don't have to start on A, though. I can start on E. If I start on E, E is 1. What notes would I use for the blues then? E, F, G, A. And what would my 5th be? Correct. B. Nice. All right, so that's the 12-bar blues. We're also going to go into that later. Blues lyrics we will discuss in week 3 and 4. Okay? So, at the end of the slideshow is a blues bassline tab. Okay? So if you have a guitar at home, some of you might, feel free to try it. If you don't have a guitar, don't care. Don't need to do it. Not necessary. Okay, so congratulations. The last part of this slideshow are 5 questions. So go back through the show, read through it, and then 5 questions is your assignment for this week. Put them in the Google Doc on Google Classroom and submit, and you are done music class for the week. Woo! Way to go, friends. My office hours will be Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I'll be there for an hour. Obviously, if you can't make that and you want to talk at another time or ask questions at another time, feel free to send me an email to the board email, or we can arrange another office hour. All good? This has been